pleasant good evening to viewers all over the world, all my fans, well-wishers, new viewers of the channel, one and all. It is always my pleasure to come to you every week to share a good word. Because as you know, in a life punctuated with so many negative occurrences, sharing a good word has assumed greater significance. So it's my commitment to you to do it weekly, to motivate, to elevate, to educate, and to inspire. So this week we continue in the tradition of starting off with a motivational word, then we go on to let me know about our services, then I will do the presentation and then remind you of the services. So last week's presentation was entitled Sustaining Motivation, and the motivational word for this evening is consistent with that theme of last week. So my motivational word to you this evening is grind until you shine. I repeat, grind until you shine. So I wanted to ponder, that statement is very much self-explanatory, but if for some reason it is not very clear to you, I will use another quotation, not my quotation, but one that will encompass the essence of that statement, grind to shine. So there is a statement that many of us have read that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So whoever is the author of that quotation, it is captured in the statement I made, grind to shine. So when we're talking about being a genius, we need to perspire more. Alright, so 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Especially in the times we live in, we need to bring out our A game. We need to tap into our genius to give ourselves the best chance of success and survival in the times in which we now live. So that's my word to you. Reflect on it, ponder on it, and allow it to inspire you to do something differently and purposefully. So, as usual, we call on you to support our business, support the services that we offer. We offer ongoing workshops in public speaking, communication skills, leadership, community development, entrepreneurship, anger management, conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, psychology, and you, among a host of other topics. All you need to do is to call us at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadershipwithadifference@gmail.com. I also remind you that I, Imo Rameses Bakari, a psychologist and life coach, am available to provide life coaching sessions for clients in terms of issues that they are navigating and in terms of becoming a better version of themselves. And those services are available anytime you call, anytime you email. So I remind you of the numbers again. Call 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadershipwithadifference@gmail.com. So we await your calls, we await your emails, and as the slang statement goes, we are ready as Freddy to serve you to the best of our ability. So just call, just email, and we will be at your service to bring our A game to you. So having done those preliminaries, I will now move into this week's presentation. So again, as I do in most of my presentation, I kind of connect them all, alright? So last week's theme was sustaining motivation, and this week's topic is how to be successful in spite of everything else that you are confronted with. So I repeat the topic for this week, how to be successful in spite of everything else you are confronted with. Now that's a broad thematic area because success means different things to different people. And different people define success differently. Some people will view success, particularly in the times in which we live, as the ability just to stay alive. All right? Some people may view success by doing a good deed every day. Some people view success as helping the poor and the destitute. Some people view success as peace of mind. Some people view success by working through the community and with the community. Some people view success as attaining lots of finances, the highest level of education. So success means different things to different people. But at the end of the day, you want to know, or should like, to progress from one point to the next, that is at a higher level. Because we were not born into this life to remain static. But we know from our life experiences that there are many, many challenges, inevitable challenges that we will face as we go along the journey of life. There is an old cliche statement that on the journey of success, there are many bumps and twists and potholes, etc., as you navigate whatever pathway you are on that journey for success. But as I mentioned in a previous presentation, failure is part of that preparation for success. Because all successful people, they have a story or many stories about the many failures that they have experienced. And the key thing with failure is to learn from them and then to move forward more armed. And as the great Marcus Mosiah Garvey said, he said education is ammunition and knowledge is power. So reminding you of those two statements, and also letting you know that, notwithstanding the definition, your definition of success, there are some fundamentals that are very important. Each of us would like to do better, and I dare say must do better in life. But we're going to do the work, We're going to be interested in self-development, ongoing self-development. And not only, from the point of view of formal education, because formal education alone will not equip you to deal with the vagaries of life. So we need you to, constantly be seeking every possible opportunity to grow yourself. As a matter of fact, every encounter you have with anyone is an opportunity for growth and development, by learning from their experiences, by learning from their thoughts, by paying attention to what they have to say, even though you may not be in agreement. So that in itself is an opportunity. Every growth opportunity that you see, whether you're doing a course, whether you're reading a book, is very important. I remember in a previous presentation, I cited Goldon in his book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, where he made a very strong statement. He said that many people who are poor, they believe in watching movies, they believe in parties, they believe in having a good time, limes, etc. Now, there's no harm in a lime because there's a lot of psychological and physical health value. But the point he was making, he said the rich, because he wanted to become rich and he studied the habits of the rich. And he mentioned that they are more interested in self-development than formal schooling and education. That they are always reading, they are always listening to developmental tapes, they are always attending workshops as a means of becoming better, upskilling and broadening their knowledge base. Because, as I said in a previous presentation also, to lead, you've got to read. To be in a strong position, you've got to constantly increase your knowledge and your skill set. So listening to, pertinent DVDs, reading appropriate books, opening your mind to learning from every possible source, all of these things are very critical for development. And then of course we could combine it with formal studies, whether in the academic stream, the technical stream, whatever stream you could think about. Emotional intelligence, as we know, is a big factor in the success equation, where the research has shown that successful people tend to be very high in emotional intelligence. some people who are strong cognitively, they're also strong in emotional intelligence. Sometimes they are weak. But the nice thing about emotional intelligence, no matter where you are on the scale, you can improve your score, by, of course, becoming more emotionally aware, better managing your emotions, understanding others, etc., and making the appropriate decisions. So that fundamental point about self-development is a very vital factor in the success equation. We also, when we're thinking of success, we must be tireless workers. That things will not always go to plan. And even before I develop at this point, having a plan is also a critical ingredient of finding success. Now, plans are always subject to changes, but it's very important to have a clear, focused mind, working in conjunction with a well-crafted plan that is subject to change as things unfold around you. So, a clear, focused mind, working in conjunction with a plan, a roadmap of the road you would like to travel, but also open-minded enough to know that that plan has to be rectified and adjusted so that you can keep on track on the journey of success. So having a plan is very important. Having a clear, focused mind is critical. There's a Yoruba proverb that speaks to that. They say that a clear mind is really, a clear and focused mind is really unstoppable. And then many of you will also be strong believers in a divine power in terms of that power that is responsible for creation. And of course there are people who don't believe, and I mean they're entitled to their viewpoint, but those of us who believe in that divine source, we know that tapping into that knowledge base of the divine is critical. I remember reading one of the books by world-renowned neurosurgeon Dr. Ben Carson, where he said sometime in the middle of surgery, he was not quite sure of the next move, and at that point in time, he had to call on that divine source. Mind you, the surgery was successful, but this skilled neurosurgeon is saying that oftentimes he had to call on that divine source as that ultimate guide in terms of taking one on the journey of success. So whoever is your God, whether it's Allah, Krishna, Yahweh, whatever name you define your God by, or call your God by, wherever you define God, it is critical that we reflect and tap into the divine source. And we can explain it by saying that sometimes very entangled situations, very treacherous situations have a way of working out totally beyond our control. And many of us have to concede that it had to be a divine intervention taking place to guide it to a successful conclusion. Because we know we lack the capacity to triumph over the problem. But that divine connection was very, very, very crucial. So cultivate it through prayers, through meditation, through fasting, and understand that it's a source that must never be denied as you engage in this journey of finding success. On the psychological plane, you've got to have a very strong belief in who you are, your identity. You've got to have a very strong belief in how you view yourself, your self-esteem. You've got to have a very strong view in terms of how you evaluate your thinking, your self-concept. As I mentioned also in previous presentation, you've got to trust in your ability to succeed, your self-efficacy. So, identity must be clear and strong, self-esteem, all the associated ideas of self, surrounding self, must be, in an elevated level, because at the end of the day, if you don't believe you can be successful, if you are doubting your capacity to succeed, you have already started the journey of defeat. And that is why, Cuba Butler said in one of his speeches that our doubts are our traitors. Because every time you conjure a doubt in your mind about moving forward, it weakens the impetus and the motivation to act in a way that could bring you success. Remember earlier on I said that you must be a tireless worker. That has to be driven by a strong self-belief, trust in your ability, the divine connection, that you will move forward in terms of attaining the success that you truly deserve. But of course, you must believe all the time and relegate doubt to the back burner. Push doubt out of the window. Now, to tell you that you shouldn't doubt or you wouldn't doubt would be quite correct. But when doubt occurs, push back hard and reaffirm within yourself that you have what it takes to move forward in a manner that can bring you the success you are looking for. So I'm making the point in different ways, that things may not always be on track. You may not have the finances that you need, and I'm saying to push on, even though you may be broke, push on. Even though you may have doubts, push on. All right? Very, very important for success. You alone cannot attain the success that you desire. You were born as an individual. Some people born as twins, triplets, quadruplets, etc. But at the end of the day, you belong to a family, you belong to a community, you belong to various organizations, and that's a powerful resource. And where you don't have certain connections, it is critical that you make the appropriate, build the appropriate relationship with others, because success in many ways is facilitated through others. I mean, if you are a student, you need the help of teachers. You may also be helped by fellow students, but you can't do it alone. If you are an athlete, you need a coach. All right? If you, in most facets of life, you need others. If you have a business, if there are no customers and you have a well-furnished business, well, you have something resembling a business. A business is only a business where you have, where you are retaining customers, where you are acquiring new customers, and the product or service is moving in a way that can be profitable for you. So whether it's business, whether it's athletics, whether it's academics, we can only be successful through others. So it therefore suggests that building networks at every turn is crucial. If you belong to a professional organization, it's a big plus in terms of seeking employment. Sometimes you may be informed of opportunities. Sometimes because of the network, it may put you in a favorable position. Not from the point of view of being promoting nepotism or anything of the sort, because these are things I oppose. But if you have the necessary competence and you have the appropriate connection, well then certainly you can be on your way to success. So success is very important in life, whatever it means to you. And this message today is to encourage you to honor the fundamentals on that journey for success. All right? Maintain the confidence, stay the course. All right? Stay the course is so crucial, because oftentimes the success is right around the corner. All right? But that will to continue, that will to push on. Many people on death's door or challenged with certain serious diseases, it has been shown that will to live is a big factor. So to overcome any kind of obstacle, that desire to overcome, right, that desire to climb out of the pit is very, 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 very important. And many of us have climbed out of many pits that we have been placed into, right? So the times that we are in now, it certainly calls for us to work harder, to network stronger, to increase our knowledge, to increase our skills, and to do all of the fundamentals that are itemized and explained in this presentation to give ourselves the best chance of success. So your life was meant to be successful, and you have every right to do all in your power to achieve that success. So my motivation to you is to move forward with focus, with a plan, and with the intensity to ensure that your success is not just for yourself, as I always say in my presentation, but is a success that can contribute to making others successful. I came across a beautiful quotation recently where it said that the greatest disappointment for a teacher is if the student remains a student. If the student himself or herself becomes a teacher, well then there is no greater compliment for the teacher who played a part in shaping them and giving them that platform to move forward in life. So let us move from pupils to the principal and enjoy the pinnacle of success that we are truly deserving of. So success is yours. Claim it, stake your claim, work for it, and achieve it. So this is my message here to you this evening. I know it has been well received, and for that I ask, as usual, that you subscribe to this channel. Invite your friends and family to support the channel. Leave a comment, like it, share it, and let people, wherever they're located in the world, know that the mission of this channel is to be number one. Number one is the ambition, and with your support, remember I said, success is not possible by oneself. So I call on you to make this channel successful by supporting it in a big way. I call on you to support us to make it an improved channel, support the work we are doing, the research projects we are doing, by contributing financially via the YP link on the description page. And as usual, remind you, for all of the services that we offer, coaching, counseling and developmental workshops, give us a call at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadershipwithadifference. So in the end, I say once again, success is yours. Claim it now, not later, but claim it now. Thank you very much for listening, and stay tuned for another powerful presentation next week. So see you and bye.